We were just kind of sitting around visiting this morning, and I was trying to share some ideas with some people. That the older I get, sometimes these little things that you can do and kind of help yourself and help your horses can really pay off big. Like if I'm 9 times out of 10, if something goes wrong on your outfit, the stuff you need is not with you. So you got to go maybe 100 yards or 200 yards and get the stuff you need. And so many times a piece of rope can make a heck of a lot of difference. And so a lot of times when I'm around, I'll pack a rope like this in my belt. But this little simple piece of rope can do so much. And yet it weighs nothing to put it through the belts of your belt loops, packed around. But if you came across a horse that was cast in a fence, it wouldn't be too difficult to throw a loop around the hind leg and kind of get the angle and help them roll them out from underneath that fence. But you got your equipment with you. If all of a sudden you're alone, you could tie this around their neck in a bowline and a half hitch around the nose, and you got an instant halter. You could also turn it around and do it other kinds of a halter, a more permanent kind of a halter. But if you're also by yourself and you had to get on and leave, and maybe ride that horse, you could take the same piece of rope. You got yourself an instant war bottle. You can put that over his ears, widen it out, make sure. If you ever do one of these, you want to be careful, because these things can put a lot of pressure on a horse, because there's binding pressure from the top and binding pressure on the jaw. But if you were in a hurry and needed to go someplace, this might be a pretty fair way to go. But if you also had this with you, and you're working with some babies or whatnot, particularly halter breaking that first time, there's a lot of other little things you can do to kind of help that baby without being obtrusive and cramming a halter on them. And you can take this thing and kind of get to where you can kind of move around the pen with the baby or yearling, whatever. And you weren't going to make a big deal out of this. This might be bunched up. But you get to where the baby might be falling, you could come in and rub it over the rear or over the back. Then you get to where you could rub them on both sides of the neck, shoulders, legs. Then little by little, you just kind of let the thing start unfolding, but you kind of keep your feet moving and the colt's drifting with you. And if the colt decides it needs to leave and go somewhere else, it's no big deal. You just move around pretty quick, that baby will be back or whatever, because curiosity just will kill them. So pretty soon you can be rubbing this and then kind of draping this over their neck a little bit, massaging them with it, and there's a tail of them starting to come. Next thing you know, you could just lay this over their neck, like something like that, and just kind of rub on them and everything. Then you get to where you can move your feet and pretend like there's really a halter on their head, because they've already learned to follow you.